Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the next test, name is unpaired t-test. Last lecture we have already learned the Z test and student t-test. Now today's test is unpaired t-test. First of all, we see when we use the unpaired test, what is the formula for calculating the test statistics and how to decide whether the reject or accept H0. So unpaired t-test is used for the two sample means. That means it is used to test the population mean for two samples. But the Z test and student t-test is used for testing the population mean for the single sample. But here unpaired t-test is used for testing two sample means. So there are two variables x and y. Let x1, x2, xn1 be the n1 samples from the random variable x and y1, y2, yn2 be the n2 samples from the random variable y. Here x variable sample size is n1 and for y variable sample size is n2. The given test is student t-test. That's why here n1 is less than 30 and n2 is also less than 30. Because the student t-test is used when the sample size is less than 30 and the population standard deviation sigma is unknown. Now the notations are mu1. Mu1 is for the population mean for the x variable and mu2 is the population mean for the y variable. X bar is the sample mean for x variable and y bar be the sample mean of y variable. N1 be the sample size of x variable and N2 be the sample size for the y variable. S1 is the sample standard deviation for x variable and S2 is the sample standard deviation for y variable. Then what is S1 square and what is S2 square? Square, that means the square of standard deviation, and the square of standard deviation is nothing but the variance. So S1 square is the variance of random variable x and S2 square is the variance of random variable y. These are the notations. Mu1 is for population mean of x variable, mu2 is the population mean of y variable, x bar is the sample mean of x variable, y bar is the sample mean of y variable, n1 be the sample size of x variable, n2 be the sample size of y variable, S1 square is the sample standard deviation of x variable, S1 square is the variance of x variable, S2 is the sample standard deviation of y variable and S2 square is the sample variance of y variable. Okay. The first step involved in the testing of hypothesis is formulate the null and alternative hypothesis. The unpaired t-test is used for testing the population mean for two samples. That's why here the H0 is mu1 is equal to mu2. Here the mu1 is the population mean for x variable and mu2 is the population mean for y variable. If there is the equality condition in the statement, then that hypothesis is called as the null hypothesis. So H0 is mu1 is equal to mu2. What is H1 alternative hypothesis, which is opposite to null hypothesis? There are the three cases. Mu1 is not equal to mu2, mu1 is greater than mu2 and mu1 is less than mu2. If there is the not equal to condition, then it is called as the two-sided test. If it is greater than, then it is called as the one-sided but right test, and if there is the less than condition, then it is called as the one-sided but left test. Then second step is the specification of level of significance. Level of significance is denoted by alpha and it may be fixed at 1%, 5%, 10%, etc. Now the third step is test statistics and its calculation. What is the formula for calculating the test statistic in unpaired t-test? Name is unpaired t-test. So name for the test statistic is T. T is equal to x bar minus y bar divided by S into square root of 1 upon n1 into plus 1 upon n2. What is x bar? Sample mean for x variable. What is y bar? Sample mean for y variable. Then how to calculate S? Let's see. First of all, calculate S1 square and S2 square, because for finding the value of S we need the value of S1 square and S2 square. How to calculate S1? Formula is square root of summation x square minus summation x bracket square upon n whole divided by n1 minus 1. Then what is s1 square? S1 square is nothing but the without square root quantity, that means summation x square minus summation x bracket square divided by n1 whole divided by n1 minus 1. Same s2 square, just replace x by y. Okay, and instead of n1 just write down n2, because n2 be the sample size for the y variable. Then how to calculate x bar and y bar? X bar is calculated as summation x divided by n1 and y bar is calculated as summation y upon n2, and s is calculated as square root of n1 minus 1 s1 square plus n2 minus 1 s2 square whole divided by n1 plus n2 minus 2. So the test statistic formula is x bar minus y bar divided by s into square root of 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. Now the fourth step is stable value or critical value. There are the three cases: one-sided right, one-sided left and two-sided test. For two-sided test, see the statistical table value for alpha by 2. And for one-sided, see the statistical value for alpha only. But we need the degrees of freedom for finding the table value or critical value. Here there are the two variables x and y. So n1 be the sample size for the x variable and n2 be the sample size for the y variable. Then what is the degrees of freedom? If there are n observation, then degrees of freedom is n minus 1. Here the observations are n1, so degrees of freedom is n1 minus 1, and here the observations, that is sample size, is n2, so the degrees of freedom is n2 minus 1. Then the total degrees of freedom is n1 minus 1 plus n2 minus 1, that is degrees of freedom is n1 plus n2 minus 2. Here the degrees of freedom is n1 plus n2 minus 2. Okay. Now the last is decision criteria. Decision criteria, for the three cases there are the different decision criteria. For two-sided test there are two rejection region, one to the right side and one to the left side, and the middle part is acceptance region, and this point is positive critical value and this one is negative critical value. If the test is one-sided right test, then only the one rejection region to the right side and the left side all part is acceptance region, and here the positive table value or critical value. And for two-sided left test, one-sided left test, there is only one rejection region to the left side and this point is minus critical value, and the right hand side part is acceptance region. Let's see one example. The equality of two samples given below and write down conclusion. Hypothesis to be tested that H0 mu1 is equal to mu2 versus H1. Mu1 is greater than mu2 at 5% level of significance, and here the critical value table value we are given 2.145. Here we are given the two variable values x and y. Here the total 8 samples, that is n1 value is 8. And similarly n2 value is also 8, because we are given the samples for x variable is 8 and for y variable also 8. Now make the column x square and y square, because we need the summation x square and summation y square for calculating the values of s1 and s2, that is s1 square and s2 square. Okay. Let's see, first calculate s1 and s2. So S1 formula is summation x square minus summation x bracket square divided by n1 whole divided by n1 minus 1. So here we need the summation x square, and for S2 formula is summation y square minus summation y bracket square upon n2 whole divided by n2 minus 1 and its square root. So here we need the summation y square. So first make the column x square and y square. So what is mean by x square? Just squaring the all the values of x, and what is y square? Just squaring the all the values of y. Okay, so first value of x square is 18. So 18 square is 324. 12 square 144. Similarly calculate remaining one and take the total of column. So here the total, that is sum of x square is 2122. Similarly here the summation y is 106 and here the summation x is 128. Now make the column y square. What is mean by y square? Just squaring the values of y. Here 9 square. 9 square is 81. Then 11 square 121. Similarly calculate remaining one and calculate the total of column. So here the total of column y square is 1444. Okay, now just plug all the values in the formula of S1 and S2. Here the formula S1 is summation x square. So summation x square value is 2122. Then summation x only. Summation x is 128 and its square divided by n1. We are given 8 values. So 8 whole divided by 8 minus 1. Now 8 minus 1, that is 7. But 128 square divided by 8 value is 2048. Now 2122 divided by minus 2048 divided by 7, that is 10.57143. And the square root of that value is 3.251373. Here the value is S1 is 3.251373. Now we want the value of S1 square. So just squaring this value. So S1 square is square of 3.251373 is 10.57143. Similarly calculate S2 and S2 square. Summation y square is 1444. Summation y is 106. Its square divided by 8 whole divided by 8 minus 1. 106 square divided by 8 is 1404.5. So 1444 minus 1404.5 divided by 7, that is 5.6428. And square root of that value is 2.3754558. Now S2 square, that is square of 2.375458 is 5.6428. So this is the value of S1 square and S2 square. Now calculate the value of S. So what is the formula for calculating the S? N1 minus 1 into S1 square plus N2 minus 1 into S2 square whole divided by N1 plus N2 minus 2. Now just plug the value of N1, N2, S1 square and S2 square. So N1 is 8, 8 minus 1 into S1 square is 10.5714, N2 is 8, 8 minus 1 and S2 square for value is 5.6428 whole divided by 8 plus 8 minus 2. So 8 minus 1, that is 7. 7 into 10.5714 is 73.9998. Now 7 into 5.6428, that is 39.4996 whole divided by 8 plus 8 minus 2, that is 14. Now 73.9998 plus 39.4996, that is 113.4994 whole divided by 14, that is value is 2.8472. Now calculate the x bar and y bars. Here the x bar formula is summation x divided by n1. Just plug the value of summation x and n1. So 128 divided by 8, that is 16, and summation y is 106 divided by n2 is 8. So 106 divided by 8, that is 13.25. So this is the value of y bar. Now just plug the value of x bar, y bar, s, N1 and N2 in the formula of test statistic. So here the test statistic is x bar is 16, y bar is 13.25, s is 2.8472 into 1 upon n1. n1 is 8 plus 1 upon n2. n2 is 8. So 16 minus 13.25, that is 2.75 divided by 2.8472 divided by into 1 divided by 8 plus 1 divided by 8, and its square root value is 0.5. So 2.75 divided by 1.4236. This is the value of 2.84 into 0.5. So 2.75 divided by 1.4236 is 1.9317. So this is the value of test statistics. For finding the value of t, first calculate, see the steps. For finding the value of test statistics, so the first step is to calculate S1, then S2, then S, then calculate X bar, then Y bar, and the last calculate the test statistics. So this is the procedure for finding the value of test statistics. Now what is the first step involved in the testing of hypothesis? The first step is to formulate the null and alternative hypothesis. In example, we are given the null and alternative hypothesis is H0 mu1 is equal to mu2 versus H1 mu1 is greater than mu2. Greater than mu2, that means the given test is one-sided right test. In example, what is the alpha value we are given? Alpha is 5%, that is 0.05. Now the test statistic formula is T is equal to x bar minus y bar divided by s into square root of 1 upon n1 plus 1 upon n2. And the value of test statistic is, we are calculated 1.9317. And now the fourth step is to find out the critical value or table value, and the table value is, we are given in the example, is 2.145. Let's see here, the table value we are given 2.145, alpha we are given 5%, and the H0 and H1 given, H0 mu1 is equal to mu2 versus H1 mu1 is greater than mu2, that is one-sided right test. Now the last step is decision criteria. Here the test is one-sided right test, that means only the one rejection region is there to the right side. So this is the rejection region and this one is the acceptance region. This point is positive table value. And what is the table value? That is critical value 2.145. Now this test statistic value lies in which region? Here the T is equal to 1.9317 is less than 2.145. That means this value is lies here 1.9317. That means it lies in the acceptance region. That's why we accept H0. And what is H0? Mu1 is equal to mu2. That means the population mean for the two samples may be same. This is our conclusion. So the whole test is unpaired T test. Now in next lecture we will see the next test, name is pair T test. Thank you.